Thank you all so much for tuning in. Another one of my interviews. This weekend, I am in Lafayette, Louisiana at the Republican Victory Celebration, I guess you could say. Yeah. How they're naming it. What they calling it? Oh, talking about tag. It's Victory 23. And with me right now, who's going to try to get some victory, is Troy Hebert. Troy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, William.
You are actually running for?
State Representative in District 31.
Okay, that's here in Lafayette?
Yeah, Lafayette Parish and Vermilion Parish.
Okay. Well, Troy, I try to stick to some questions I want everybody to get the answers to.
Okay.
What's your background?
So I'm a real estate broker. I've been in the real estate business for over 20 years. My wife and family own an automotive dealership, so our family are real big in business. Really big in the community. I'll call myself a servant leader. Okay. I've given back to this community for many years. I sit on boards, nonprofit organizations. I'm giving back in my church parish quite a bit through retreat systems, and I see running for state representative is no different than just getting involved back in my community. You'll
be doing the harder work for less pay, right?
Correct. Correct.
So tell me, what do you think are some of the main problems that are holding Louisiana back?
I think first and foremost, what I hear on the campaign trail and what I believe people are asking for is a lot of what we're continuously hearing is, one, they do believe we have an out-migration problem, and that's basically attributed to less opportunity and the state not being seen as a good quality of life. Okay. People are leaving. They're going to other states for other opportunities.
So out-migration, quality of life?
They want to see our education system being advanced. They want to know they're in safe communities. And when there's a crisis in the state of Louisiana, like the insurance crisis right now, they want to know that people are there trying to fix that.
So that's a lot. If I ask you the next question, there's a lot of answers for the next question, but I want you to see how you can wrap it up a little bit.
Okay.
In a shorter answers, which is, what's your plan to fix all those things?
Well, my plan is basically going to Baton Rouge and working with other legislators to be able to figure it out.
Okay.
Look, this is not a one-person job. You can't do this alone. You have to be able to work with people. You have to be able to understand the issues. You have to be able to go learn about what the obstacles are. Look, I think a lot of us that are coming into this, we know a lot of things from a surface level. But I think there's a lot of deeper dive that needs to be done in all different areas. On the insurance climate, we've got litigious environments. We have less competition in the state. We're going to have a new insurance commissioner, so I think that's a good thing for us right now.
We're going to have a good one too.
I've met him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do and working with him, because look, I'm coming from the real estate world. We're watching insurance be an obstacle to home ownership. We're also watching people's hit hard in the pocketbook over the insurance premiums doubling.
That's right.
It's a crisis. And so I want to go there to focus on issues. I want to know what are the solutions and what we can do to work together in this legislature to actually move the state forward.
So I'm going to circle back a little bit.
Okay.
You said to figure out what are the issues. Now you listed a bunch of the issues.
I guess not the issues. I'm sorry. The obstacles. What are the things that we need to do that are the true obstacles in the way of trying to solve those issues?
I thought that's what you meant. That's why I wanted to circle back
to
it.
You're right. Yeah.
Because I know they're asking questions. People out there are watching, and they want to know. I mean, look, we're tired of getting the same old from elected officials around the state, giving us the
100%.
same answers, going in but doing the same things that have been getting done, and they're not finding what the obstacles are. They're not finding out what the solutions are as a result. We need people to go in there, shake things up. People go in there, and I say shake things up, but go in there and do something different. Sometimes doing the same old thing, when you keep beating your head against the wall and expecting different results, or doing the same thing and getting same results.
Look, I believe in change. I believe in change, and people say
where I was going with that.
People say they want change until you have to change, and then people get nervous of change. But again, you have to be able to go. Just like, listen, when you're in a business. If you're trying to buy a business, let's say, you've got to dig deep. You've got to look at the financials. You have to look at everything about that business to really figure out, is it a good buy? Is this a good company? And then what can I do to make it better? And I think that when you're outside the legislature and you're not there, it's very hard to really, in my opinion, really get that deep dive. And so I think from day one, that's what I want to do. I want to immerse myself. I want to know what the issues are, the obstacles that are in the way of fixing those issues. I hear it's tax reform. Then what do we have to do to make ourselves look like the other states or that people say that we need to look like? What does that change look like? What does that change look like to fix the insurance climate? What does that change look like to move education forward?
Exactly.
What does that change look like to create a more business-friendly state?
So let's talk about this. In the last session, we saw last minute they rammed a $1 billion project. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say down our throats because there's a lot of people who believe that was the right thing to do. But there's a lot of people that believe it was the wrong thing to do, saving the budget till the very end and trying to get it passed at the very end, the last minutes of the bill. What would you have done if you were there?
Look, that's hindsight. It really is. At the end of the day, I don't know if I like the way it ended the session. I really don't. But I also know that there are a lot of people in the district and in the communities that as I've been working through and knocking on doors and talking to them, that wanted projects in their community that they lost. And I'm hearing
that get included in that big bill there, right?
Correct.
So I'm a freedom liberty guy.
Okay.
I am passionate about freedom and liberty in our country, but it all starts in our own communities. The loss of freedom starts right here in our communities. What will you do to be able to promote freedom and liberty in Louisiana? Well, let's put it this way. Let me help you out with this.
Okay.
Let me reverse the question. What will you do to help prevent freedom and liberty from being stolen in Louisiana?
When you say freedom, elaborate on that.
Well, let's put it this way. Okay, when you look at rules and legislation that comes down on a state level,
okay,
and things that inhibit our freedom and liberty, on a federal level, that is too, but on a state level, I think we can do things to stop it. For instance, constitutional carry. That's one of the biggest freedom liberty issues of our day is constitutional carry. Things like that. Will you be a freedom liberty guy in the state house?
I would say I would. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when it comes to that example, you would use that example to be a protect freedom and liberty in other areas too.
Yes.
Okay. One last question for you. I keep thinking of some good ones here for you because you give me some time, which is bureaucracy is growing in America, but I think bureaucracy is also growing in the state of Louisiana. Will you be a watchdog to make sure that bureaucracy is not growing in Louisiana?
I would say so.
I think bureaucracy is one of the biggest thieves of freedom and liberty in our state.
Look, I believe you, and I'm going to agree with you. What I'll tell you is this. I think as taxpayers, we just want value for our tax dollars. And value comes, I want my roads, I want my good schools, I want my safe communities, I want business-friendly environment, I want crises to be handled, and then after that, I don't want the government in my business.
See, that's exactly what I need to hear.
That's
so
right.
You answered it. So that tells me that even though the question stumped you for a second, that it went to your heart.
Yeah.
And you answered from your heart just now in such a way that that's what you believe in your heart.
I do.
There you go.
I do. And that's all I've said on the campaign trail is when I knock on people's doors and we talk to people and we're meeting them across the district, that's all people want. They just want to know that their tax dollars are spent wisely. They're being taken care of in those areas, and after that, they really don't want anybody else in their business.
That's exactly how it is. It's happening on a federal level, but it's starting to happen on a state level, and we need more state reps to be a stopper on a state level.
Well, I'll be there.
It says you're committed to that. Troy, thank you so much.
Thanks for the opportunity.
I appreciate it. Once again, District what?
31.
Anybody, a website or anything people can get hold of you on?
www.hebertforlouisiana.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Everybody else, please share the video with somebody you think is in that district or needs to know more about state reps that are going to fight for freedom, liberty, and doing the right thing fiscally speaking in our state.